When someone hears that their outward reality is actually a reflection of their inward reality, the first thing they would say is that's completely false. Because, of course, when I envision a blue telephone pole, I don't just instantly see it. But what they're failing to realize is that what we put forth in life comes out of this same life, and that the effects that we put in are the results that we get out. And though this isn't a perfect thing, like you obviously can't just imagine something right now and cause it to instantly appear in the physical world, you need to realize that it is a more perpetual thing. And that when you actually dedicate yourself in life to something, to a belief system, to a way of being, eventually the perspicacity and the effort put in toward that end will unveil itself, and it will become real in your reality. And this is why we are goal-achieving beings. And in psychocybernetics, Maxwell Maltz talks about how the mind is what we would call a serval mechanism, and that it is always finding what it's looking for, and it is always working toward a goal, whether that goal is to find its own failure or to find its own success. And so what you need to realize is that your attention is the main currency that you have to effect your personal reality experience. And that whatever you give your attention to, you are investing in. And like any investment, it returns something back to you. And this isn't just philosophy, it's mechanics. So when people say life keeps happening to me, what they usually don't realize is that life is actually responding to them. And this really just explains why one person will put in a certain, or in an event, right? One person will perceive the exact event completely differently than the person across the room will. And that's because we are all different creative beings. But this goes to show that when you change what you are as a being and what you put forth and what you believe, what you see will actually change. And so that's the true meaning of your outward reality is a reflection of your inner reality. And learning how to bring forth the ends you desire is indicative of your ability to put causes into the world. When we can align our thoughts, words, and action, we will be able, within time, to bring forth the ends we desire in reality, and we will be able to be with the Father, with the success. And what you need to realize is that in all imperfection is perfection. In all failure is eventually success. And there's a great quote by Napoleon Hill that goes along the lines of, within every failure is an equivalent seed of success. And so, no matter how immersed you are in the dark night of the soul, in pain, in misery, it is you. It is you who gets to decide, is there that light at the end of the tunnel? It's always there. And sometimes it seems like it isn't. But to change the whole, you must take responsibility for the parts. You must accept ownership of where you are. And that's the only way you'll ever be able to change it. Because if you're blaming it on some sort of external circumstance, guess what you're going to find more of? More external circumstances, which do seem logically blamable. And this is because the mind is a serval mechanism, and it always finds more of what it's looking for. And so this is the ancient axiom, which applies even to the modern day. What I would encourage you to do to fully actualize these teachings and this wisdom is to not just stare at the words on the page and then when you go to life you forget about it all, because it's really easy to become unconscious even though you try and base yourself in a wisdom-based framework of all things. I hope you enjoyed this quick little snippet, and I hope you truly realize that your outer personal reality experience is a reflection of your internal personal reality experience, and that the art in bringing forth the desired end lies within the alignment of mind, body, and soul, or thought, word, and action, and emotion. Because every cause has an effect. Every cause has an effect. And the biggest causes you can make has to do with the harnessing and the taming of your own attention and input into reality. Because you can't change other people. You can't fully change other things. What you can do is change yourself. But the paradoxical thing is that when you change yourself, the things outside begin to change. Because what happens when you take off a lens? The world doesn't change, your view of it does. And so when you take off the familiar lens of pain, of discomfort, of unhappiness, something altogether and entirely new will begin to unfold. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. This is an excerpt from my book that I wrote a couple years ago. It's called Beyond Duality. It's available in the bio.